Noises, sound. Well, hey, Twitchy! You can tell Mark's back, Twitchy's back.
I think I have my microphone working. As Alex said just now, I'm back. Tech Gremlins appears to be back. We're fully on form with the show, and looking as professional as always as I am. I'm Mark Langworthy. You can find me on Twitter as KP Langers. We're here running the Dead Man's Rust campaign for Onyx Path, which successfully funded a while ago. You can jump on as late backers if you wish to. Hand over to Paco to verbatim reintroduce himself using the excellent introduction you just so recently used that you didn't get to hear.
Okay, the verbatim bit, unlikely. I am Paco. You may know me because I've been here before. So if you've seen the episodes, then you may know me. If you don't, then I am the owner and chief ruler of GMS Magazine and Mindscape Publishing. And you can find me on Twitter. I am at GMS Magazine, where I talk about all sorts of things, especially games, but also some social justice stuff from time to time. And you can also find me on Facebook, where I would be more than happy to give you the very warm welcome that all nice people deserve. I play Pacandra, who is a manticore, that is to say half cat, half person, all naivety and zero concept of boundaries, and I love making friends. That would be Pacandra, not me. Me too, but that's different. Different friends. Oh, and that's Hellboy, because Hellboy.
Thank you, Paco. Thank you for.
You're welcome.
Hand over to Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at Liberty Otter, where I reserve the right to tell you where in the rulebook the thing you're asking is. I do also talk about all the different games and other things. I'm a game designer, writer, social media monkey, and general technical goblin at Red Scar at the moment, here deep in the writing basement. And I will be playing a brand new character after my paladin met such a fluffy and wonderful end of everything got resolved and just, I couldn't do, and that and the several crits to the face. And I will be playing a Triton rogue with the technical classifications of being a blood-corrupted blood pirate, because blood, 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 blood.
Yeah, so with that news, we'll hand over to Terry to introduce himself. I think he's going to be quite pleased at the introduction there of Alex's character.
All the bleeding's internal. That's where the blood's meant to be.
Okay, I'll move along. Hi, I'm Terry Morn. You can find me on Twitter at EvilMorrisman. The details of my life are of little consequence, but I am a bit of an art ogre. So check me out. And I'm playing Gravleth Gaul, who's not a bard, he's a paladin. He believes he's an half orc, but he's not sure. We'll work through that at some point. There's issues to deal with. And he's been branded Smite Bot. So he that kind of fit in the paladin kind of terms there. And he goes around smiting and kind of generally laying the law down. That's it. That's what you're getting.
We are missing Liz tonight, who unfortunately couldn't be here. We're looking forward to having her back next week. Liz is playing a Elven Cleric with a few unique twists.
Not that kind of cleric. Or that kind.
Of cleric, or that kind, no.
Or that one.
So I've been away for personal reasons for a couple of weeks. But I left the group with some interesting changes. There'd been a very...
Killed us all and left.
Yeah. Put rather harshly, Alex. Pacandra was the sole survivor on the last session that I oversaw. So there have been some changes in the group dynamics. Hopefully Alex who stepped into GM on my behalf last week, can talk us briefly through last week's scenario?
So, when last we left our heroes upon Gelspad, the Scarred Lands, they were continuing south, having evaded the Ganges forest and had met on the road to a small valley. Upon closer inspection, they found a hidey hole in a hollowed out boulder containing several bloody sashes from, it looked like tribal markings, and one that looked more polished, more militaristic, and a small idol to a hopefully long dead titan, or long dissipated one. Following that, they continued on and found a small river of which appeared to have the water appeared to be turning to blood. And following a short encounter with 4 elven zombies that acted incredibly bizarrely, including 2 of them disassembling each other, and a rather bizarre reaction to a turning effect from the heroic cleric, and equally curious instance of the paladin setting the surface of the water on fire and it lingering. Alex, that doesn't make any sense, I am aware. And following the pathway down, they came across an ambush site where they found a hollow legionnaire with a javelin through his shoulder, pinning him to a wagon. Following overcoming the serpent roots, the corrupted tree elements that had laid waste to the patrol, some ad hoc mild torture / surgery / there isn't a rule for this, but later they had managed to remove the thorn that had taken root in this hollow legionnaire's chest cavity and was growing there, followed by what did you dub it, Paco? Knee-jerk magic? Yes,
I basically invented knee-jerk reaction magic.
Yes.
Which basically means that whenever I get scared about something, I just I'll release a cantrip.
Yeah. So whenever Pacandra does this, a firebolt just zips out. Is now the canonical thing. And with the directions of the Hollow Legionnaire, they were making their way to the Horse Tribe village, where Drudoki says that he had some friends, and Imala had several people to torment and or give several witty, scathing remarks that will lead to years of psychological damage.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. So
no one died.
And no one died, yeah. He didn't have like 6 criticals in a row or anything.
Roll above a 10.
So we'll pick up with Liz's character. Having mentioned to Pacandra and Gravleth that she has some business to attend to, although she is interested in continuing the journey with the group. So she'll look forward to meeting them at the Horse Clan village. At which point she wanders off back into the Ganges, which almost seems to part and return to normal around her tread.
I don't think looking forward to be with her to use them, to be honest.
So what would Pacandra and Gravleth like to do? You're muted, sorry, Paco.
Sorry. Right, guys. Look, we have a kind of dead person there. We need to take them, suppose, to whatever somebody can do. I don't know, something to help them. I mean, hello, are you awake, Mr. Hollow person? Hello?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. He's in dire need of help, especially considering what he's been through so far. So yes, village.
Okay. Where is it?
Will we not give them directions?
I guess I can try and find directions to the village. I don't know.
He gave you I mean, I'm not the GM. It doesn't matter.
You remember you were following a trade route through the Ganges at various points.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I have an idea. Why don't we put him on the cart and just pull the cart or push it? I mean, is it? I presume it's usable.
Make a stretcher out of some of the wood from the cart rather than carry the entire cart.
But it has wheels.
Now,
It should be pushable, isn't it? I'm not very experienced.
I'm just thinking about the terrain. That's all. It might cause more trouble. If we've got him on the stretcher, that might cause less trouble.
But there is a path. Look, over there. We can take it to the path and then we can push it. And because it has wheels, I just think that this hollow legionnaire is not hollow and it's going to be very heavy.
So am I in thinking that you're still close to the river? Sorry, as well.
We shouldn't be too far, I don't think. I think we may be about a kilometer, perhaps, not much further.
Yeah, not far. It's not far. They followed the river and then went past it following the trail.
Yeah, okay.
So we can go back to the river if need be. I just think that, this hollow legionnaire, it looks like it's, it's going to weigh a ton. I lift up a foot and see how heavy that is.
It's yeah, heavy enough.
Okay, look, I tell you what, look, it's just the two of us. Okay, because we can't count on the cleric. Let's face it. I mean, they're nice and all that, but screw them in the whatever. Why don't we can do two things. We can put it on the truck and just push or pull. I don't know, whatever's easier for you. I don't know. Or we can. I take a foot. You take another foot, and then we just drag him to the river. Hopefully, that won't do the much damage extra because I don't think they can take much more damage. But I could suppose I could cast a cure light wounds on them. Will that help?
That will probably help. So can I. I mean, what I'm thinking here is if we can get him well enough, I'm happy to carry him on my back.
Oh, well, then why do we need to get him well enough? I mean, we may need that cure light wound spell later if we find, another zombie.
I mean, you got a couple of options. You could certainly bring the donkey from the cart back down the trail if you went back to grab it. You can maybe throw together some sort of sled from the branches and vines around.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Let's do that.
Right, I'll say we're making some kind of sled device for him that I can kind of carry him behind me, because we're going to need you with a free hand, Pacandra. Because if there is, you are the eyes and ears of the party, so you're going to need to scouting ahead.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm happy with that. I don't mind as long as I don't have to carry it on my back because I'm not very
on the stretcher that I mentioned previously.
Yeah, stretch is fine. I like stretches.
And we'll go. Just leave the cart. The cart's going to be too heavy. It's going to cause too much noise.
I like the cart.
Give me a DC 10 survival check to try and kind of look around, gather the right material to make a sled. And
ta-da! Boom!
We've got this covered, Mark. Somebody come over all Bear Grylls about the whole thing.
yeah.
Between us, we make a good team, I think.
So just for our viewers' sake, we are using Foundry as our virtual tabletop. You can see the rolls updating from Foundry there on the screen for you. So Pacandra has rolled a 20 and Gravelith has rolled a 22, so pretty huge numbers. So yeah, you easily gather up the some very decent sized branches and vines and cross supports, and lash together a nice sled. As you're doing so as well, you pick up odd trail, which seems to meander in and around the area. Almost a humanoid footprints, booted feet, but yeah, almost as if somebody's lost and either looking for a path or perhaps confused, maybe, because they just seem quite meandering and haphazard.
Do I get a sense that they are close by, or?
So the trail's probably a half a day old at the most. You're not sure how close they are, but you do find the kind of outgoing tracks to follow, if you like, the most recent outgoing tracks. So you could certainly follow them if you wanted to.
Well, Grafleth, what do you think? Look, there's a kind of weird, confused track around here. Do you want to follow it?
To be honest, at this point, I think it's probably better that we get our man some help. If we should choose to return at some point, that could be a point of investigation. But I think our immediate kind of look to at this point is getting this man some help.
I agree. Okay, I'll tell you what, why don't we just put him on a sledge? We have the donkey, so we can take the donkey, we can tie some ropes to his ankles, and we can put that around the donkey's neck, so the donkey can be pulling this person, and we don't have to worry about it. How about that?
That sounds like a good idea. Let's do that.
Good. I like that. So
let's get out of here. I don't like this place.
Yeah, you managed to follow your path back to the cart with the donkey pulling your rescued legionnaire. Drodoki's been sat back. So Drodoki Bronzebeard is the dwarf that the wood dwarf that the group are escorting back to his retirement village. He's sat up with the cart, quite merrily working away on a wood carving. Doesn't seem too perturbed about or too worried about keeping an eye out. Although he does raise an eyebrow as you reappear leading the donkey with a hollow legionnaire in a sled. What?
No, I've not met Bronzebeard at this point, have I?
No.
Mm-hmm. So, look, Judaki, look what we found.
What now, Pacandra? More wayward children?
I don't know. It's barely alive. You see, I don't know. They had something coming out of their chest, and I killed it. I invented a new type of magic, and I kind of killed it, just kind of like by accident, but not accident. But it was an accident at the end of the day. So I cannot really claim that much merit, but I will learn to do better in the future, kind of magic thing. And then, Amelia kind of person thing, the cleric, she put her hand inside the cavity and then did some, brought whatever was inside this hollow legionnaire. I nearly killed it, but it's not dead. So we need to help them.
So, sorry, you said there's a cleric?
Not here.
Okay, let's slow this down a minute. Who are you? And he points at you, Gravleth.
Oh, he's my friend.
Yes,
He kind of...
I'm Grafleth. I'm on a mission of import.
He hops over the side of the cart and stomps forward. He comes to your kind of just above your waist height, but he's glaring up at you through one bushy eyebrow, taking you in.
I mean, he should be able to see by my uniform what I'm about. So if there was a poster boy for the Silver Order,
yeah,
yeah,
and you can see with with an experienced eye, he's taken in all the symbology of the heraldry of your armor, the symbol of your faith.
and your companion here seemed to be, we seemed to be in some distress. I came along to see if I could help. We came across some bandits. Well, we actually come across they were far in the distance by the time we'd actually reached them. There were some recidivists who are up to no good. We trying to get to this horse village, and several encounters later, and they kind of there's something wrong with this place. And like I say, if you'll take me, I'm more than happy to kind of add my strength and my kind of my expertise to your cause until we get to our final destination.
Oh, happily have a member of the Silver Order. Welcome aboard, and he offers you his hand. I'm Jadoki Bronzebeard. Pakandra here is helping to escort me to my village, the village of my people. Sadly, we've lost some good friends along the way.
Yeah, I've heard you not had an easy time with it recently.
Indeed. Very sorrowful time.
You have my commiserations.
What do you say? Some strange things do seem to be afoot. They even seem to have the elves of the Ganges here concerned and investigating matters. So certainly strength in numbers is the order of the day.
I wonder, Pakandra mentioned something about green gems. When we cut down the tree, there was green gems in the skull that was in the tree, and from what I understand, there was mentioned belts with green gems or something like that as well, previous to this encounter. I wondered if you'd had any kind of ideas or kind of theories about what this might be.
Green gems?
Yeah.
Do you have the green gem, Pakandra?
I might or might have not taken the skull with the green gems in its eyes. Why?
And you have it with you?
Might or might not. Why? Is that a good thing? Are you going to reprimand me if I do?
Well, I think we need to think about what it was placed there for, and even if it's magical or what it is. It's a worrying thing.
Okay, if I allow you to touch it, are you going to give it back to me?
If you'd like to take ownership of it, I have no problem with that.
Okay, it's just that it's very pretty, so I take this call out, and I don't know what these do, but they are pretty.
Is there any indication of what type of skull it was, Alex? Kind of hopping back to the GM of the day.
It's a humanoid skull. It looks like it could have been a human elf, one of those kind of features. It doesn't have anything particularly bizarre to imply that it's a Minotaur skull. It's too big to be a Slytherin skull.
Yeah. Okay. He looks it over. You hear some words of magic. And he does pick up a faint aura. Yes. There are some magical auras to this Pakandra that need further investigating.
Okay, but is it good aura or bad aura, or is it pink aura, or is it red aura? What kind of aura are we talking about?
I need to spend some more time studying this.
Like tonight?
Well, I'm going to need a day or two at least.
Okay.
Scouring my memory, maybe. Casting some more spells, some more divinative spells on this skull. And that's probably something that will take care of at the Horse Clan. And maybe the Horse Clan can give us some more information as well on this skull.
but maybe they will want to take it from me, and I like it. I just like it a lot, so I don't want to get rid of it.
Look, if
Question for the gym: are the two emeralds? Are they can they be taken out, or have they been encrusted?
So they seem solidly embedded at the moment.
Oh, okay. It's a pity.
Yeah, you can certainly try and prise them out with a knife or a dagger, maybe.
No,
but they
no,
don't,
no,
they
I
don't
don't,
pop out by hand at the moment.
And does it have the jaw, or is it just the top part of the skull?
Yeah, it's the full skull. So yeah, there is a jaw there.
Okay, so in that case, I'm going to call this skull Johnny for now. And I'm going to pretend that it talks by just moving the jaw like,
Yeah.
oh,
Reset
hello,
the clock.
everybody.
Macandra has a pet.
You can see the
My
jaws.
name is Johnny.
You can see the jaws being pinned and hinged as well. So it does operate like a human, a humanoid skull.
Good. So if I put it like this on my hand, I can operate the jaw with my thumb.
Yeah.
So I can make it like it's a sock puppet, but with a proper skull.
You can.
So good.
Does the firebolt come out of Johnny?
Yeah. Hi, Johnny. How are you? Actually, but yes, that's exactly what's going to happen. The firebolt is going to come through the mouth from now on. So I look at whatever stone and I just do, and I throw my firebolt through the.
Also, Mark, if you didn't catch from the previous session, Picandra has parts of her friends to bring them back.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
More than I was envisioning, but.
Like whole hands.
Yeah. Okay. If you start picking up legs, Picandra,
So yeah, obviously that experience had a morose kind of impact on you. Judoki's expressions. Sorry, Terry. Judoki's
I sort of had a follow-up question for Judoki, and being that I'm not an academic man, I wondered, or was kind of. See, the problem about being a paladin is, and you fight evil all the time, you become uniquely paranoid. But I'm wondering if there's some connection between the greater kind of resurgence of undead creatures and the blood river that we walk past, being the fact that they're becoming out of water.
Sorry, you found part of the river tainted with blood?
Yeah. And there was zombie-like creatures coming out of the water.
Well, yeah, I'd say it would seem. I mean, blood taint's a horrific thing, especially the taint of Kedem out in the Blood Sea. It warps all manner of creature and makes all sort of twisted Titan spawn. No, I'm not saying it's Titan blood, but generally, blood mixing with something. In my experience from back in the Divine War, never results in anything good, and will certainly have repercussions.
It just currently feels like the land's being polluted in some way, and that disturbs me greatly. And I'd like to kind of find out what the source of it is. So it needs to be stopped.
Well, we could find a way station and use that as a base of operations. We probably need to let the elves know. We can, and if you're remembering where the location is, we can certainly head back and have a look.
No, well, first things first. Let's get this poor fellow to Maid, and then we'll figure everything out from
there. Picandra, you see that Judoki's looking at you with a kind of half amused, half mortified expression, and he just says, look, I'm going to give you a serious warning now that if that is a totem or a relic of elven ancestry, I'm going to recommend you put it back. I don't know if it is or not. So if you want to keep hold of it, then I'm just warning you now that I've given you that warning. I'm not taking any responsibility for it.
I better put it in my backpack and not show it to anybody then. You can study it though, because I trust you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I say, we can always speak to the Horse Clan.
I don't want to speak to anybody about it though.
Okay.
But what? Because what if they think, oh, that should be mine, and it's a whole clan against me, and I like Johnny because he burps fire,
But what if it is this?
but they don't know. So if they don't know, it can hurt them.
We know.
But we don't need to tell them. The important bit is that they don't know. But if we know, are you an elf? No. Am I an elf? No. Are anybody else? No. Who cares? They're not going to know. It doesn't matter.
My honour is a bit more strict and cold than that, Bakandra. I think if it's
Look,
I'm sorry, I have to agree with you, Radoki. It's hard to be carrying around something that so recently was attacking you.
Okay, how about this? Bakandra? I'll continue my investigation of that skull.
Okay.
If it turns out it is elven, we'll approach them and offer it back.
Or ask if we can keep it. They might say yes.
Well, yeah. I guess we can. Yeah.
If they say no, then maybe we can buy it from them. I have 3 coins, or 4 somewhere, I think.
Well, I don't think they're in the business of selling parts of their dead ancestors, but we can certainly give him what function this skull has, and go from there really. And if it's not elven, we don't need to tell anybody.
Okay, I like that. I prefer if it isn't elven. So if you could find out that it isn't elven, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll try my best. I can't I can't just magically pluck out an answer to say it's not elven, but I will try my best.
No, but you can find out that it's something else. Oh, this could be elven, or it could be something else. So there is inconclusive evidence.
Okay.
Yesterday I invented consensus, and today I'm invented inconclusive evidence.
So that's the deal.
Well, okay, but I'm not happy about it because I may end up without it, and I like Johnny.
I'll try my best to keep Johnny in your possession, but can't make any promises.
I know you can't. That's okay.
And I too apologise, but I think it's too important just to kind of stick in your backpack and forget about. I'm sorry.
Well,
I think you're going to have to learn to, loosen up a little bit, perhaps, and be more my friend.
I don't think they intend to keep it in their backpack, Ravlith. I think it's going to be used as a symbol, maybe.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to stay there forever. I promise.
And I'm sure it'll impress some of the wizards from Holoforst if they caught wind of it.
Excuse me. I don't really want to be a party pooper. I know we're having a great deal of fun here, but we have a dying Holo Legionnaire over there, and I think it's a lot more important to save the life of a noble warrior than to worry about what some pesky elves might think about some relic that not even be theirs. So can we please save this person's life?
Yeah, let's get him to a way station. I can use some magic on him and hopefully at least get him well rested. And then we can head back out.
I'm going to pat the counter on the back with an arm to suggest that it's don't worry, it's not a big deal. I just thought it was worth mentioning.
And I just hug you very tight like that. So I'm so glad you're my friend. But don't take this call from me, please.
So it's another 10 or 15 minutes before you find one of the kind of entrances with the vines that part into the undergrowth that serves as the sheltered areas that serve as way stations in the Ganges. Doesn't take you long to get the cart in. You can leave the donkey to graze. It won't wander off into the deeper parts of the Ganges. Drodoki takes some time to cast some of his own magic to heal some of the wounds on the hollowed legionnaire. He does seem troubled as he's kind of inspecting the legionnaire, and slightly reflective. But But yeah, it takes another 5 minutes to get the whole Legionnaire to a point where you're happy that if you wanted to, you could leave him in the way station and head back out to investigate.
Okay, so Judoki, why don't we do one thing? Why don't we go and investigate? Because we found some sort of wavy, slithering kind of track of somebody who doesn't seem to be knowing where he's going. Silly. Getting lost. Nonsense. So we could go and find that person whilst you look after this Hollow Legionnaire and study Mice Call and talk to Johnny and see what they can get. Maybe you can try that. Why don't you try and talking to Johnny and see if they can tell you who they were in life and see if that way they can say, oh, no, I'd rather be with Pacandra or something like that.
I'm going to avoid talking to that skull for a minute, Pacandra, just in case it starts to talk back.
But if it did, that'd be amazing. You would never feel alone again. I would never feel alone again.
You're not alone, Pacandra. We're here.
And if it started to talk back, then maybe, at the same time that we try to bring Dovith and Biff back, we can try to bring that person back too, and kind of like kill 2-3 birds with one stone, or one resurrection for that matter. That'd be amazing.
I've not heard those names before.
Pardon?
Dovith and Viv. Who were these people?
My friends, I told you about them. They're my dear friends who died.
Oh, that was the names. Sorry.
I missed them now. But I
also
have their hands.
We also travelled with a Hollow Legionnaire named Niven.
Yeah, but I have their hands, so that's fine because I can bring them back and I can hold their hands, so they can hold my hands, and I would feel a lot better. That's how it works. At night, I sleep holding hands with them.
Sorry, again, I overstepped the mark. Let's go and sort this trail out before it gets too dark. I don't want to be stuck in that forest.
No, okay, that's good. Fine. Okay, good. So I just jump off the boat or whatever we are, and I just jump on and start to track and say, "Oh, look, it's the track. It's over there."
Yeah, it's a short step through the vines. They don't really need to part to let you back out of this. We'll call it a way station, but like I say, it's more of an open area, open sheltered area within the Ganges, just off of the trade route that you're on. It's a short journey back to the track that you'd meandered off the trade route on, and then you make your way back to the meandering tracks, or you can carry on to the river or stream. It's up to you.
I wanted to find out where these tracks are going.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, let's do that.
Know what it looks like. We don't necessarily have to go back there to know what it's like and what it's doing. So let's see. I mean, I'm worried there might be someone else who's lost in the forest, and they've become foul of whatever it is that attacked us.
Well, but we don't know if we don't try. We have to try. So let's go for it. Come on, let's be adventurous. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's do this.
You follow the tracks, and they meander actually back towards. So you can see they meander back and crisscross their own path at various points, but they head back to the river, which is rather slow flowing at this point, and there's a nice shallow beach, and you can see somebody is on the kind of edge of the beach, one hand in the water, face up. His clothing's rather torn, so you can see there is a body kind of gently drifting with their hair kind of fanned out in the river. You're good 50-60 feet away at the moment.
Do you think we should call out to you first?
No, I just said go for it. No, I think we should just go for it. Let's go for it. I just start pouncing and it's in the river. I mean, come on, this is probably hurt. Come on, let's do this. I go to the river.
Let me do this at least, okay? to announce our presence and not to startle them before, you know, and they go, and yes. I'm going to get my silver lightsaber out. I'm going to pull out my sword. I'm going to give my incantation, and with that, my beautiful old sword starts to glow with a fantastic silvery light. It starts to illuminate. Hopefully, by doing that and showing I mean no evil intent, it might gain a reaction out of the person on the riverbank without us actually kind of stalking up on them.
Yeah. So the glow from your blade pushes back the gloom of the Ganges. You've kind of come down into the narrow valley at this, rather wide valley at this point. Sorry. So it pushes back the gloom of the area you're in. You can immediately see a few other details that were hidden by the shadows and shade. You can see there's a broken reed boat that the elves use to traverse various parts of the river, and a shattered paddle nearby. And Malas, the light of a blaze. There's a blazing light that seems to kind of lance into your brain, make the headache that's pounding away at your skull increase in intensity, and your eyelids flicker open.
There's probably bubbles on the surface as I start talking, just underneath, before slowly and regrettably rolling over. What in the name of Corian's hairless ballsack? Oh, hello. As rolling over out of the water with this blue translucent skin and these giant, large kind of fish-like eyes that have the whites are red and the blacks are these blown dark red pupils, with a long sprout of greasy black hair down the back. Oh, hello. Are you here to rob me? Because should I just leave my stuff on the side, or do I have to get out and then you can throw me back in?
We are not robbers, sir. We came here to...
Captain. Thank you.
Will I put this out?
Oh.
Are you in trouble, sir?
Captain.
The first thing that strikes is that the humanoid in front of you has that same kind of glow as the Holy Legionnaires, but whereas the Holy Legionnaires are very ethereal and they're ghostly and they don't have any kind of solid form almost. It's their armour that provides that. This figure has a solid humanoid form. You can see the strange markings on their neck. Yeah, give me an intelligence check.
This won't go well, but let's have a go.
DC 12.
Now that I'm flipped over, you can see that my arms are rather elongated. They're almost as long as my legs. They're kind of down past my knees.
I'm rolling the bones tonight, guys. That's an 18. He's a fish man.
Awesome. Yeah, he is. You've heard of this species before, so although you've never encountered any, and they're almost as mystical and rumoured as merfolk. But yeah, this person appears to be a member of the species called Triton. And it immediately strikes you, recalling from your history books, Gravlith, the little bit you paid attention at the order where you took your vows. Tritons were actually created by Corian to help bring peace and order to the oceans of Skarn. So they were a...
I mention all this under my breath to Pathandra.
Wow. I go to the fish person and I just, you are real, and I kind of poke you and say,
Please don't. Please don't. row upon row of teeth. Please don't. Hang on. Are you a... Oh, hang on, and then I start poking you back.
Oh my God, we start poking each other.
Yeah.
This is all fun. You are real. And I am
You're a land cat!
Yes, I am. Yeah. For the record, I don't like fish. You're okay.
Good for keeping rats off ships.
So what are you?
Well, I'm a captain. What are you, apart from land cat? I mean, are you furry all the time, or is this part of, like, do you shed it?
No, I don't. I mean, when the winter comes, it grows a little bit thicker, and when the summer comes, I throw it a little bit more, and then I make cushions because it falls all the time, and my ears are smooth because a friend who's now dead. I'll tell you the story later.
Yeah.
She gave me some wax earplugs so I couldn't hear something, but then I took them off, and that wax melted, and it took all my hair.
But how are you meant to swim with all that on? Otherwise, why have you got a tail?
Because it helps balance when I climb trees, and it looks really cool. I can do all sorts of things with it.
You climb trees on purpose?
Yeah. Look. I climb up one and then come down again. Look, I can climb trees. Look, I have claws. And
I do as well. As these
that's exciting.
long, kind of, not so much nails, the skin kind of gives way to kind of like bony appendages that are kind of these talon-like things on these really long, thin arms.
We have so much in common. Anyway, my name is Pacantra. Nice to meet you.
Greetings. I am Captain Mahalas.
Mahala.
Of the There and Back Again.
So you have a boat?
I have a ship. And I also have a boat. I mean, and I look at the small kind of reed thing. It's not what I'm used to.
We have a boat too, and a dwarf in the boat, and then a whole legionnaire. We are saving their life.
You're sailing? Have I made it?
What?
Is this Zathrisk? Have I made it? Did I win?
What are you talking about?
This isn't Zathrisk. I'm not at the Blossoming Sea. I haven't won yet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm not at the Blossoming Sea. So why would you... What you had a ship this far further inland than that? Why? What did it do wrong? Was it lost?
I think you need some water. Why don't you come with us to the water?
Oh, Corian, no, I don't need more water. Have you got anything proper to drink?
Yes.
Is it water?
No.
Okay, fantastic.
But you can come with us. Why don't you come with us?
Okay.
And then
fine.
we can talk about I don't know, whatever you want, but slowlier. And I look at you, Terry, and I just look and say, I thought I had difficulties explaining myself, but I'm like some sort of Shakespeare compared to this. I don't know who Shakespeare is, but you know what I mean.
So I will drag my my temporary boat out of the river, and then I will float rather disconcertingly, still face down, and there's the occasional kind of bubble, and then I kind of pop up again, and then I kind of emerge from, like, you can tell my clothing looks like it's had better days. I do have boots on, but there's talon-like fingers, webbed toes sticking out, but it looks as though the boots have kind of been modified with bits of additional leather, so it's more of a feature rather than a problem, or at least it is now. And there's a stained red kind of cloak hood scarf thing with holes for my webbed ears that are rather disconcertingly long, and I have no nose.
Based on my appearance, what you haven't seen so far underneath the helmet, I'm not judging. That's right.
Hello. Do I owe you money?
No,
Are you sure?
pretty sure.
Fantastic.
Yes. Say yes.
No, that would be dishonest, McAndrew.
But it would be fun.
Oh, land cat! Thought we made a connection. It's fine. I forgive you. All water under the bridge.
We've made the connection because we both have great sense of humor.
Oh, clearly.
Right. Shall we make our way back to the waypoint? And then we'll move on from there before it gets too dark.
Okay. Oh,
Why, where are you going?
I'm going to start calling you Uncle Gruffleth.
Oh, sure. Anyway, we're wasting time.
That's true. Let's go. Come on, let's go. I have a skull.
You're heading back to the waypoint and not the mysterious blood taint?
People that have gotten close to me, you can tell that the pupils are huge. They're kind of blown out consistently.
So, okay, look, listen, you fish person.
Captain Mahalas. Or
Okay.
just Captain. I accept either.
Fish. Look, those blood stains, are they yours?
It'll come out in the wash. Let me remember. Yes, I can hold my breath longer than that. No, but it looked like your sister, and I like count down these kind of stab wounds in the fabric. No, I think I'm all good today.
So there is somebody bleeding out there somewhere?
If you say so.
Well, there's blood there, so it has to come from somebody. It doesn't come from you. It doesn't come from me. It doesn't come from Uncle Gruffleth. So it has to come from somebody else. So we need to find out who, just in case they're still losing more blood. Let me track it. I can track it. I'm very good at tracking. I'm great at tracking.
You do that. I'm going to supervise and I slowly descend back into the. I just don't finish the sentence.
Okay, I'll start tracking. I'll say, Gruffleth, are you coming?
Gruffleth has frozen.
Frozen.
The gods of the web of Inter have.
Give me a survival check, Picandra, while we're waiting for. Oh.
Okay, I can do that.
Goodbye, overlay.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, baby. Nice 18.
Yeah. You've had plenty of experience in the GAN just now. It's easier for you to spot the signs on leaf and grass blade of a creature's passage in various forms, including blood droplets. And you managed to start tracking the blood upstream. Although it gets very fine in places, but you do start to follow it. And you get the sense it's tracking you back towards the taint that you'd met. Although you can't see it in the river at the moment, the river's still running clear.
Okay. Hi, Uncle Gruffleth.
Oh, there's movement. I saw an eyebrow move.
Yep.
Gordon's alive!
I found the blood trail, and it goes in that direction over there. We should go there, but we should go, I don't know, perhaps stealthily, just in case the blood is still dripping off somebody else's wound, and that's not a good thing. Just wondering. Or we can go and let them die. What would you prefer to do, Gruffleth? Uncle?
I missed all of that. I was kind of focusing on the surrounding area. I think we should go with my original plan before I zoned out there, which was to go back to the way station and make our way from there to the horse people. And it's probably going to be.
But if somebody's dying of loss of blood, and I know where they're coming and where they are, and we don't do anything, how are you going to live with yourself? Thinking, knowing that somebody might have died because you didn't do something.
I would like to stealthily make my way towards where this blood is coming from. But not so much that, more the direction that Pacandra points.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a stealth check.
26.
26.
Yeah. As a blood tainted Triton, I get advantage on stealth checks because I have chameleon-like skin that's semi-translucent.
That's amazing. So yeah, like I say to the viewers, Triton are a race you can find, or a species you can find, sorry, I should say, in Yugman's Guide to Gelspad. We use the collected volume, which is available on Drive-Thru RPG. And there are some excellent resources in there for Skylanders.
There's also an overhauled heritage system, so if you want to play a Slytherin raised by Manticora, it gives you options for that.
Yep. And not just half orcs, but interconnected species between either ancestors.
Yep.
Either heritage, new backgrounds, classes, new spells. There's lots and lots in there to tinker with.
The roguish archetype that I'm using, the Blood Sea Pirate, is also in there. So you can you too can play a blood corrupted blood pirate sorcerer. I know, is it just one blood and just like blood corrupted pirate?
Not that your new companions know this.
Oh no, not at all. I've never seen a Triton. This is just what all Tritons look like, right?
So, Pacandra, this Malice's skin kind of takes on a weird bioluminescent kind of sheen temporarily, and then all of a sudden seems to blend in with the foliage of whichever area or piece of undergrowth that Malice strides past. You find it extremely hard to follow his movements to the point that actually you lose track of him.
Wow. When I grow up, I want to be like him. Okay, I do my best to stealth myself and follow the trail of blood. And I stealth myself just as nicely as the fishman.
Gravleth, you all of a sudden seem to be on your own.
Gravleth focuses on something and looks around. He's the only one left.
Yeah, you're temporarily distracted by a fish that leapt in the river. Look back and you seem to be all on your own.
This will all come back in a solo story later.
Pacandra did give you an indication of the direction of travel and that they were heading up the stream, so it's what would you like to do? Gravlith, sorry. That was for you.
Sorry, am I supposed to be following them?
That's entirely up to you. You can either Pacandra gave the impression that they were heading to investigate the strange blood that seemed to have infested part of the river.
If we split the party, he can't kill us all because we're not in the same place.
And has disappeared.
So I act as bait.
With the shiny sword.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'll let them go on ahead. I'll keep a distance, and kind of follow on. So if I do attract bait, then they're already behind what's kind of trying to attack me.
Okay, you travel for a good, again, 10-15 minutes, skirting close to the stream and away again, and you you happen across a body that you recognise, Malas, as your former first mate. It's a corpse. He's dead. A human from your own crew, but he seems rather desiccated, and has on closer inspection, as you kind of slip forward, you can see has tiny little sucker marks at various patches on his skin. And it's clearly not this corpse that's tainting the river by any means, because it doesn't seem to have any blood left in its system.
Okay, I will go through his pockets, because that's what we agreed would always happen if one of us went before the other one.
So you find his rapier, which is undrawn, a short dirk, and a handful of coins.
I probably also find an IOU to myself.
Yeah. The captain owes me again. But yeah, you find 5 gold in amongst his various pockets.
And me slowly coming up behind crunch, 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 shine, 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 crunch, shine. Can we burn it yet?
I'll lean over the corpse mouth and goes, "What's that, Shmee? I can keep all your..." "Oh, well, if you're sure, if it's your dying wish." And I will kind of de-chameleonify for a moment, and once I'm sure that I've got everything, I'll take his boots off and push him down the river, because
that's how we would have wanted to be buried.
There's definitely a mention of, when I said first mate, it didn't mean you had to be first into the fight and the first to get stabbed. I thought I taught you that.
You observe the strange little ritual, Pakandra, of Malas collecting items and coins from this body and then pushing it out into the river.
I see that. I think that might be the fish way of doing what I did with Biv and Nevin, perhaps. I don't know fish people, so I'm just going to be very respectful of their traditions and do and say nothing. Just approach very stealthily, because I'm still very stealthy, and probably he doesn't know I'm there, and just put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I am so sorry for your loss." Probably startling him a lot.
I wouldn't have pushed him back into that river.
What was that, Grappa?
I said I wouldn't have pushed him back into that river. They have a habit of coming back. You might want his coin.
You certainly didn't expect Pakandra to be that close either. It was a bit of a surprise.
It's clearly the fur. Above ground, it has some kind of effect.
Strangely, you can see blood spots continue as well beyond the body.
Well,
in that case, but excuse me, I'm sorry, Fishman, but I don't, Captain Fishman. I don't think this is the last bit of blood. Look, there's more blood over there.
Well, yes, of course. Shmee probably grievously wounded whatever was foolish enough to try and kill him this time.
I think we may have to go and make sure that that's the case, because it may not be his blood. So I tell you what, this time I'll go first.
You weren't going first before? You weren't, but you were so close to me. Is it the fur?
You were going first. I just let you go first because you were like this tiny little bit better than me, because your skin is another.
Well, it's okay? Well, you know, a captain must lead from the front.
Oh, so are you going to be the leader then? Because the cleric, you don't know her yet, but don't worry, she's okay. She can do surgery.
Is she also a land cat?
Pardon?
Is she also a land cat? And you say she,
No.
Is that a rank? Because everyone keeps
Yeah.
calling everyone Sir above ground. Is that? I'm not. No one's been able to answer if that means higher or lower than a crewman.
Tell you what, I'll explain later when we have dinner, and I can tell you what a cleric is, and what's a she, and what's a he, and what's a they, and what is beer. Do you know beer?
Gravleth probably picks up on this. There is a distinct, unconvincing lie of no. You'll have to show me it in great quantities. I'm a slow learner.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We have a couple of kegs.
There's a short in draw of breath under the bin that he calls it.
Yeah. At the mention of kegs, there's like a blink, but they blink the wrong way.
So, sorry, did I say something wrong? It's a
keg. I'll have to examine this several times. So anyway, weren't we going to go and investigate something, and you were going to?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Let me.
Yeah.
I'll just go and try.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go and try and hide and see if I can make it. Okay. So don't come behind me just yet. Give me a minute.
Okay.
No. This time I kind of like I've run out of stealthiness, and I keep stepping on dry leaves and cracking noises, and I try to separate a little branch and it breaks with a loud crack, and I stumble upon this kind of a root. So yeah, I'm not being stealthy.
I look to the captain and say, is he doing that deliberately?
I look back and I do.
Trying to help my last save face.
Malak just like slowly like smiles, which should be reassuring, but it just reveals more and more teeth that are all like jagged and
Your maw becomes like a lamprey, like.
Yeah, it just kind of. I have seen humans do this. I don't know. Aren't they part of your crew? Is this? I thought it was. Is this what happens when they use the fur? Or is this them not using the fur?
You follow these spots of crimson, and they eventually you see the river, the coloration start to begin to pick up this taint again, so it doesn't quite flow as clear, and then you find yourself back in the vicinity of where you'd encountered the Legionnaire, and you can see there's a tree growing out over the river. What's your passive perception?
Let me see. Where do I find that in this?
It will be 13 because it's 10 plus your wisdom mod plus your proficiency if you're proficient in the perception skill, which you are, which would make it 13.
So 13, yes.
It's next to your perception skill, so the second number in brackets is your passive.
Oh, okay, fine. So yeah, 13.
Yeah, that's cool. It's enough to kind of pick up certain clues of the area, and your eyes start to itch slightly. You feel like there's a bit of pollen in the air, and that seems to give even the air sort of weird red haze. And then you can see a couple of butterflies or moths, maybe, drift in and out of your vision, close to this tree which is draping its branches over the river. And you spot that actually there are some rather large cocoons that are dangling from the tree, and then you notice that there's rather a large swarm of these flying creatures, these moths, in and around the branches, and then you notice actually there's some shades of red dripping from the tree and these chrysalis pods into the river, which seems to be giving it that crimson taint. And as you've you've pulled together all these different facts that you've picked up on, the swarm starts to lift out of the tree and drift towards you all. Give me a. I'm going to say Give me a nature roll, I think, to maybe pick up on what these are.
Okay, 17. It's not too bad.
17. So you've heard of these creatures before, you've never encountered them. They are deadly, bloodthirsty moths spawned by the Titan Gorak originally, and they are known as blood moths, who like to feed on the blood of living creatures.
Okay, and they have seen me, right?
They have seen you, yes.
I shoot at them.
At that, we will take our midstream break. So we'll leave you there, viewers. Temporarily, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Just going to take our midstream break with the group facing down a swarm of blood moths. We'll see you back
What's the worst that can happen?
shortly. we are back. If you are with us, viewers. Let me just hide that because it's not needed. So you can see enough of all of us, I think, there on the combat map to be able to see what's going on. So just before the break, we had the party encounter a blood moth swarm. So we're going to kind of lead into that encounter and get that underway for you. So let's roll some initiative on.
I mean, since I have seen them before they've seen me, do I get to shoot at them free or charge?
Yeah, we kind of spotted each other at the same time, really. I'll give you. What was your second? Did you make a second stealth check, Alex?
I did not.
Okay.
I will roll one now. I thought I was stood back with the graveleth going, yeah, you got this.
I've got 2 cameras on there for some reason.
It's because she has advantage.
Ah.
27 on stealth, nat 20.
Yeah, so I don't think they know you there.
Okay, in that case, I'll be off to the side somewhere.
Oh, we've got little Gucci sound effects as well.
Yeah, dice so nice. The possibilities are endless. So I'm kind of behind Bakandra, but off to the side.
Yeah. Okay, let's get the. Oh, the blood moths actually are able to act first. Although I'll give you a an action in the let's call it the surprise round. Alex.
Okay, cool. I would like to move up there.
Okay.
And hopefully, and I will shoot it with my short bow.
Yeah.
Advantage because I'm hidden.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. 19.
That absolutely hits. Is it not coming up in the
Oh, my apologies. I'm still on private roll from previous game. And I'll just add some sneak attack to that. So that is 10 points of piercing damage.
10 piercing.
Yep.
Yow. Yep, so the arrow, it is an arrow, sorry.
Yeah, short bow.
Yeah, the arrow lances through the swarm, clatters off a branch, and gathers up 3, 4, 5, 6 of these moths as it lances through.
Okay.
So there's an explosion of this blood-like pollen and wings that drop from the sky.
Okay. And pre-interaction with the world / bonus action, I'll switch to my short swords.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
I did apply that to the token, then, didn't it? Yes, it did. Usually get to see the you can see the little health status, but I can't see it.
I'll turn that on now for you.
Okay, thank you.
When they were.
So next in the tracker. Oh, it's round 1 now. Sorry. Is Blood Swarm number 1. Are we still looking okay on OBS? Kind of flicking between screens here. Yes, we are. So that seems to realign itself towards yourself, Malice. Sees a number of its kind of component body fall, and it flits in amongst the heavy undergrowth to eventually end up on you. They're kind of swarming in and around you and crawling all over you. Next is Hollow Shell. No, Gravleth.
I'm gonna move my, as I say, take my movement and move towards the unbelievers. Smite the heretic. So yeah, I'm gonna move up towards and try to get as close as I can to start engaging in combat.
Okey-doke. You just taking the single movement?
Yep, just take a single movement. I'll wear myself.
Javelin, you know you want to.
Shall I? Really? Okay.
You can wave at them.
No, I will. I will javelin. I've not used this before, so this will be fun. Actually, no, I haven't got a javelin. I've got a lance. That's not quite the same, is it? No, so I won't.
My inner paladin player is fuming, Terry.
I went for the lance, not the javelin.
Smite sticks.
So we're back around to Malice.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah, it's because we had that kind of first small, let's call it a surprise round. It really wasn't. I gave Alex in stealth mode his kind of opportunity to take an action at the start. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's because I was shit, basically.
Well, I didn't want to put it. I should have that back.
Cool. So, because I have hostile creatures within 5 feet of me, but no allies within 30 feet of me, my feat, Ferocious, kicks in.
Yep.
And I get to make melee attacks at advantage. So that's 8, and because I have advantage, I can throw some sneak attack on that, even though I don't have an ally within 5 feet. For another 10 points, so that's 18 total damage. Piercing, if it matters.
No, it. Yes, it does.
Okay. Is it still up?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yes, so you sweep, you kind of lash out with a mixture of your talons and your blade, and tear these moths over you where they're fluttering in, flying around you. But there's still 1 or 2 of this swarm that are being quite persistent in trying to lance in for your blood.
Fantastic. Because Ferocious is active, I also get to make a single melee attack as a bonus action. Still at advantage. 18 to hit and only 7 piercing damage this time.
It's almost like you built this character for murderous rages, Alex.
I can't imagine why. It's not like I'm a repressed barbarian or anything.
So that, with that, yeah, you shred the last of these blood moths from that swarm from the sky and kind of hop up and down on them.
Yep. There's definitely at least one sneeze of just...
Yeah. And Pacandra and Gravleth, you just hear the kind of, you see the bushes and undergrowth shaking, and hear kind of ferocious roars, and hear the rending of and squishing of these fleshy bodies that the moths possess.
And then I will turn back to my new companions and with a light flutter of hand, tag in!
And that's over to you, Pandra. Now it's your turn.
Fish person, where do I shoot now?
With the rapier, with like the lightest touch, I would imagine over there, good crew member.
But is there more of those creatures anywhere?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just update your vision, Picandra. It's still in night mode. Should be able to see now.
I can see the card and I can see where you are.
I can see clearly now.
No. But little else.
To the north. Top of the screen. Very
Okay.
top.
No, I can see nothing.
Try refreshing your foundry and
Have a go at that.
Get it with fire. Get it with fire.
light a
Yeah.
candle to the tech gods.
Maybe this huge D20 that's blocking her vision. Their vision.
Hands, get it with fire.
No, I'm having a bit of a difficulty with Foundry scrolling the map because it does it too fast and it does it immensely quickly. And
Are you on a laptop?
Yeah.
Chance. Okay, cool. Basically, there is one to the north that's about 50 feet away from you.
Yeah.
That Picandra will be able to see. And I will just fix the resolution thing whilst you're doing your thing.
Okay, since my firebolt can reach 120 feet,
Yep.
I am just going to do and throw a firebolt.
You launch a firebolt into the undergrowth.
And don't hit unless 11 hits.
It sears into this overreaching tree and burns off some of the chrysalis and blood-like sap that's dripping around. But yeah, it managed to miss the moths.
And I just scream at them. And there's more where that came from.
You're not moving at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm staying far away. Well, what's the point of moving? I can shoot very far.
Well,
Why get close to the danger? Oh, no.
So that's Picandra onto this second swarm of moths, and they seem a bit upset that you tried to burn them out of the sky. And they swarm in to surround you with their little kind of proboscises. You can feel it tickling through your fur, reaching for your flesh beneath. We're back around to Gravlith.
Right, well, looking like a can of Raid. Now, I want to. Can I engage in combat with this swarm without kind of causing my friend any kind of danger or damage or issue?
Yeah,
Is
you can,
that-
yeah. They're just sharing their square at the moment.
Right, so sword and shield in hand. I'm going to smite, for I am the smite bot. So let's roll for that first. There we go. I'm going to use my long sword. Gonna work. Come on. Roll for attack. (16) 21. Roll damage.
I just realised the chat on for the viewers there. There you go. So they can see what's coming up.
7. Can I add to that my smite?
You can indeed.
Is it an undead or an aberration? Sorry, it's undead or fiend or an aberration, I think, for smite. It's been a while.
Is it an aberration? Because it's not undead, is it?
Sorry,
If not,
no,
it's
they're
just-
tiny beasts.
Okay.
So no.
So
So
just
it's
the 2d8.
Carried away. So that's me.
Are you not smiting? Or are you smiting?
Well, it's not undead, is it?
Yeah, if it's undead, you get an additional D8 on top of your 2.
I apologize. My brain's gone dead. Right, let's do some damage there. There we go. It's another 8 radiant damage. Moths like the flame. The moths like the flame. Not this flame, but there we go.
It does seem like a flame to them, actually. Yeah, so you hack through, and it's not the actually edge of the blade that seems to slice them from the sky, but the flaring of your sword as it touches the body and ignites them. So you're just burning them as crisps from the sky, and they're all dropping and being seared, literally seared out of the air. You do some hefty damage with that. We are back around to Malas.
Okie dokie, I've pre-measured, so 30 foot over.
Yep.
And I've got allies within 5 feet, so no more ferocious. But let's do some slashing and some dashing. Whoop, no.
Oh.
Wasn't habit. No, an 7's going to miss, so...
I'll let you reroll it as a single.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, hey. So that's dirty 20, 8 points of damage. I do have an ally within 5 feet, so let's do some sneak. Finished on 7, so that's 15 in total.
Yeah, so you managed to actually kind of reach through, tear the last of them, and skewer the last of them from Picandra. And you got another massive moths scattered around the forest floor around you. That's essentially it. You can see, there's still this kind of weird haze to the air from this odd like pollen that seems to be infecting the area. You can hear the odd drip of viscera from the tree that they seem to have infested, which is reaching out over the river. But you can't see any. You can see some larvae or grub actually moving in amongst the branches.
Can I invest the tree then, Mark?
Yeah.
Obviously, they've attached themselves to this tree for some reason. I assume.
You can see the trees starting to die from this infestation, and rather than drying out, it's actually become coated in this kind of weird sludge, which seems to be finishing it off. And the sludge is crimson in colour as well. But for whatever reason, they seem to have nested here, and it's their kind of nest which is causing, or apparently causing, the coloration of the river around here. In a certain radius from this odd pollen and the viscera that's dropping into the river. Sorry?
Is that okay? Public consensus. Can we burn it? The tree. Let's burn the tree.
I don't know, can you?
Well, I can. But...
Yeah. Burn the tree.
Wait a minute. Is there any corpses anywhere that these things were feeding from? Or is there anything that we can salvage just in case we burn something valuable?
Why don't you stick your hand in and find out?
I tell you what, why don't I stick my hand in and cast my firebolt directly inside the nest?
Multitasking, I like it. Good initiative.
Okay, let's try that. So are there still some moths flying around the nest and everything?
No, you can't see any moths.
Okay.
There are 1 or 2 chrysalises that don't seem to have unravelled or opened. And you can also see some smaller grubs and larvae moving in amongst the branches and kind of rotten vegetation of this tree. But yeah, you can't see any active moths.
Okay, good. Actually, what I do is to take a look and see if there are any corpses nearby or something that they've been feeding on, because the blood, it's been dripping. It has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, you can see there are plenty. There are corpses of deer. There's actually a tiger nearby as well, a tiger corpse that they've taken down nearby. So yeah, they've definitely been decimating the animal population in the vicinity.
Okay. I make a quick search just in case there's anything, some weapons or something that they might have eaten from some people.
No, there aren't any.
No.
Yeah, no
Okay.
humanoid bodies in the vicinity.
Okay, so I said, listen, you lot, I can burn the whole thing down if you want to, but we're in the middle of a forest. There are other trees nearby. It's kind of like, irresponsible to do this if I burn this thing, because another tree could be bursting into flames too, and the whole forest could die.
Burn it.
I'm gonna burn it.
Okay.
I just
you
firebolt.
the firebolt.
Yeah, firebolt.
Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard for you. You kind of sear parts and burn branches down, and they hit the water and flow off. You sear off any lava that you come across and get rid of all the chrysalis that you can find. But actually igniting the tree because of this viscera and ooze that seems to have affected it is a harder prospect than blasting them with fireballs, you feel. But you definitely tear through enough of it to consider it to be clear of any infestation of these moths.
Okay, good. So we can now feel better.
It's clean.
You definitely, other than the heat of blasting out these firebolts all the time, you definitely kind of spiritually exhausted after as well. It takes its drain on you. You feel the magical energy of Skarn kind of slightly wispy to your touch after that.
Okay. Can we please go now? Can we go back to Johnny now, please? I need to talk to Johnny.
Is Johnny another land cat?
No, it's a skull friend. Don't worry about it. You'll understand, I hope. Okay. Let's just go to Judoku. Come on. Sudoku. Let's just go back to the dwarf. I'm tired.
Skadoo.
We'll take you to the way station.
Okay. You can come with us, Captain Fish.
Just Captain.
Fish.
Captain Fish was my father.
Okay. But you look like him, I'm sure.
I have cut creatures down for less.
I'm curious. How do you brush your teeth?
Well, with the caterpillars. Why? How do you do it?
I have a little brush that I do my hair with in the morning and my teeth at night before I go to bed.
What, you don't have the small kind of chrysalid fish or the caterpillars that you pop in and then they swim back out? No.
Mm-hmm.
But you do it yourself? That sounds like a waste of time.
Well,
I mean,
it kind of becomes a ritual at the end of the day. So you
how do you reach the ball? How do you get in between your third and your fourth row?
Yeah. We only have one row. We don't need 3 rows.
Why do you only have one row? What's the point of it?
We just chew and that's it. It's easy. Makes it easier and easier to clean too.
Wasting time.
Yes, it's a waste of time.
That's true. Let's go, Balu. We can talk about this while we go. So anyway,
will you have enough energy to then brush your teeth after conversing so much?
Yeah. It doesn't take that much energy. But I'm very curious. As we're walking, I just ask questions. So how do you poop? And that sort of thing. That I know. I've never seen something like this. This is very wow.
I'm gently pushing them from behind at this point.
Yeah. Do you use deodorant?
There's an overly specific kind of question following the response of why? How do you do it? And
I can show you later. I don't want to do it now, but I can show you later. Don't worry.
We could compare scents as well. It's a good journey back to the way station from here, so it takes you a good half hour and 45 minutes. And by the time you get back, the sun is well and truly below the horizon outside of the forest, which means it's been dark under here for a while. So you've kind of made your way back through this eerie nighttime landscape with the light from Gravleth's blade.
First thing I'm going to do when we get back is I'm going to set about making a fire.
Yeah. Do you have dark vision, Graveth?
I do, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't necessarily need the blade if you don't want to.
That's cool.
Particularly seems to attract the attention of all sorts of like bugs, other creatures. So yeah, you get other moths flitting in and out of the light of your blade. And Tradoki welcomes you back. Took you a while, lads. Oh, and who's this? Another wayward adventure.
Hidoku, this is Captain Fish. Captain Fish, this is Sudoku. This is my dwarf friend.
Captain Ethna Mahalas over there and back again. As this very long arm kind of swings a bow that kind of like catches on the ground.
So, being a captain, do I kind of need to or hands on deck every morning, or?
I mean, that would be preferable.
Okay, well, I'll think about that one. Welcome to our crew.
I mean, if you have the whistle, I mean, if not, I can provide you with one.
If you have a whistle, I'm not too bad at playing one of those instruments.
Okay, fantastic. We'll get along famously.
Well, in fact, I've got quite a... Yeah, okay. That's not too scary a grin. I've got a fair old repertoire of songs. Maybe you've got some shanties or other songs that you could add to my personal collection.
Mahalas spends far too long talking about sea shanties. As if they found water in the desert. And finally, someone that understands me. That evening.
So the night actually passes rather uneventfully. Tradoki's happy to set a watch between yourselves and take part in the watch in the order if you wanted to. If not, he's quite happy to just go to sleep as well.
Mahalas's watch is filled with the humming and occasional singing of some form of sea shanty, which probably sounds a lot better when there are 20 other people singing it.
I'll take first watch.
Yep.
Having the dark vision, it might help.
I just go to bed. I'm too tired.
Yeah, it's been an eventful 24 hours, 48 hours really. Like I say, the night passes quite uneventfully, thankfully. And you will wake up fairly in the morning feeling nicely refreshed. And in fact, the Hollow Legionnaire has come around as well. Seems to be taking you all in rather stoically. Doesn't seem excited or too upset. Just waits for you all to kind of react to him, really.
Mahalas kind of looks kind of sheepishly, and then kind of as the awkward silence continues, just goes, whatever it is, I'm fairly sure I wasn't involved. I mean, I have my papers and I'm paid up at the dock. I mean, lovely weather we're having.
Well, I'm just kind of waiting for you to introduce yourselves, really. The last thing I remember is being speared by a tree.
Definitely wasn't involved in that. I would never, intentionally or unintentionally. Hi, I'm Captain Mahalas. Maybe someone else can be more useful. Just like an awkward kind of land cat.
Hi, my name is Pakandra. I saved your life.
I can't thank you enough.
I'm sure you can, but that's not the point right now. The point right now is how did that purple thing get inside you? I killed it.
I honestly don't really remember. Like I said, I remember being speared by a tree. I travelled into the Ganges to go and speak to the elves in Tree if possible. I'd heard a commotion down by the river, gone to investigate. All I remember is being speared by a tree, and woke up here.
So what are you doing here, though?
I'm part of a delegation from the Gleaming Spire. We're here out amongst the broad reach, and hopefully approaching the Ganges elves to try and open diplomatic channels, really, and do some of Corian's good work around here.
Right. Okay. Well, we are going to talk to the elves as well, because we're escorting my friend Sudoku, who is a dwarf, and my friends Niv and Dovith. And I had another friend like you, but he also died. So I lost all my friends. And then I met this paladin who's very nice, even though he's a little bit uptight. But then he's a paladin. And there's a cleric that's gone to the toilet or something. I don't know where she is now, but don't worry about her because she needs a bath. And then we just found Captain Fish and also saved his life, although I didn't do that this time. And we have killed a few zombies and then some blood moth. I think they're called blood moth because they wanted to suck up blood. And we have killed them too. And we were looking for the elves because there is an illness that's killing people like you. And we don't want that to happen because David was my friend, and I miss him a lot. And he was like you. So that's what's happening. So that's where we're going.
There's a what killing people like me?
Yeah, there's an illness, some sort of illness that's killing you lot.
How? I've not heard of this. How do you know this?
Because my friend was in. I don't know. Well, that's what we're going to go to the elves to ask them because we don't know. But we've seen a few, Hollow Legionnaires who died, and we don't want that to happen because overall, I mean, you're a little bit like, kind of a bit too uptight for my taste, but you're kind of cool and nice. And you die and then you don't die, which is very interesting. And that's why we don't want you to die. I think.
Well, I mean, I've already died once, but yeah, I don't want to die again. I mean, do you have any evidence of this illness?
Are you calling me a liar?
No.
Then, why don't you just trust me and believe me and we can go and find out? You can come with me and then you can find out everything you need. And then you can go back with the solution to the problem you don't know exists. No, you could be crowned as the savior of all your race and they would like you very much forever, even though you might not be all that pleasant. I don't know if you are, I'm just saying.
This is all quite hard to take in, and I'm not questioning your word or honor, honestly. It's just that we don't die of illness.
That's what makes it weird. Can you see why we're trying to investigate this?
And you travelled with who?
I was traveling with a snake person called Biff, and she was lovely. And I have her hand in my rucksack. And I was traveling with Dendali as well, who also died. And I also have his hand in my rucksack. So at night I can sleep holding hands with them, which makes me feel a lot better. But they died when some zombies, kind of very weird acting zombies, attacked us. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not important, really. We're just having a holiday and having
you traveled with?
A friend, but he's no longer with us. But that's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, if it's not fine, you can worry about it if you like. I worry about it. I miss him a lot.
So, I mean, snake people. I remember a snake, an Asathi.
Yeah. Biff.
young girl being around
Yeah.
Gleaming Spire.
Yeah.
Wasn't she
she
the
was
ward
lovely.
of Nevin?
Yeah, she was lovely.
Yeah, Nevin was a straight up guy.
Yeah, oh, he was such fun. We were always having fun, him and I. It was amazing. He was asking all sorts of questions. He had such an inquisitive little mind. It was great. And I could ask him a lot of questions and he would always give me an honest answer.
And Nevin died of this illness.
No, he died of a zombie illness. I think a zombie that was ill killed him many times. I think, I'm killed him.
Okay.
But he was investigating this illness that's killing other people like you. But anyway, look, Sudoku is there and he says that food is ready. Why don't we go and have some sausages or whatever?
Well, yeah.
You like sausages?
I don't.
You eat, right? Yeah, you eat because,
No, I don't eat.
But Bevan used to eat with us. I mean, we would pretend he was eating. I said, it was such fun. You can come and pretend that you eat as well.
I'll certainly come and sit with you while you take your fast, yes.
Okay, that's great. So what's your name again?
My name is Tyron.
I think I might be able to remember that. Okay, allow me to present you to my friends. This is Paladin, and this is Captain Fish, and this is Sudoku.
Captain Fish has picked up all his belongings and is standing behind a tree at the mention of, oh yeah, my friends are dead and I keep their hands in a jar. And also, come with me and we can find out what's killing other legionnaires. Come out into the forest with me. Lone legionnaire just like, oh, I've encountered serial killers again. Okay.
Come and join us and be eaten by zombies.
I've completely zoned out again because I've been doing my morning ritual. So I walk back in like nothing's happened.
It's just eerily quiet in camp. You can see Malas is off to one side.
Probably spot Malas just for the comedic value, like slowly stepping over things, trying to exit the camp.
Sudoku's sat near the fire, which he's restroked, and he's just got kind of his head in his hands, mummed into himself. And the Hollow Legionnaire you can see is up and about, but he is staring intently into the fire, just lost in thought, really. And Pacandra's merrily breaking their fast.
Yeah, I'm eating.
Probably
so. I start to ask questions to the Captain Fish. Mahalus, listen, Malhalus.
Just from this edge of camp, Mahalas.
Why are you so far? Come here. We have.
I'm right behind you.
So
okay, why don't you come beside me instead of behind me? That's creepy. That's very creepy. Don't be behind me. That's creepy.
I'm right in front of you.
I can see you. I can see you now. Right. Okay. You're fun. I like you. You're very good fun. Anyway.
Not realizing that my teeth kind of exposed me with the chameleon skin.
So anyway, shall we talk to the Legionnaire? Because I think that would be a good idea if we talk to the Legionnaire.
Is talk code for something?
Yeah, it's when you swap words with other people to form messages.
Yes, just words.
Well, you can make other sounds if you like.
Well, he's not going in a jar.
No. Oh, come on. Why are you so prejudiced? You're not being nice to me because I have my friends. And anyway, Sudoku, what can we tell this person about the Horror Legionnaires? Why don't you want me to tell him that he's about to die?
Traveller, how long have you been travelling with Landcat?
For a week?
They can be rather excitable, but their heart's in the right place.
Yeah. See, as he says that, it's here, right inside my chest. I can feel it pumping.
Just understand, laddie, that they've been through rather traumatic events in the last few days. The first of their kind, really, and it's a lot for them to deal with. We each deal with grief in our own way, yeah?
Have you ever lost all your friends? I ask both of them.
You look like I was about to say something, but I don't.
Well, I suppose I've lost my great love because I'm, on land, on purpose. Again.
What do you mean you've lost your great love? What does that mean?
My great love is the sea.
Oh, I see. See what I did there?
It's the first time I've heard it.
I bet.
What would you like to bet?
No. No, because I don't have anything to bet. I don't have anything to bet. But do you know how to do... Wait a second. No. Do you know how to do resurrection spells? Just asking.
In a manner of speaking, I know, kind of.
So if I give you the hand of one of my friends, could you resurrect them so they can come back to life?
I mean, not here.
Where?
Well, we could take them back to the sea and maybe, and then looks at the Holy Legion. I mean, I know people in the sea that may know how to do that. Because the sea holds many mysteries, as does Corian, the shining light and example that we all strive towards.
Okay, maybe another time.
It's the daylight, it's the sunlight. I'm not used to being out in the sun. I'm drying out.
Do you need a drink?
Yeah, you were going to show me what beer is.
No, I meant a drink of water. Like jumping into the water in the river so you don't dry out a little bit. It's just that your skin is starting to crack a little bit, and you may feel bad. I can put some cream on you if you like.
No, I'm gonna walk over here, away from this lovely thing, and then I'll come back later.
Okay, don't go too far away then. So anyway, Sudoku, why can't we tell the Hollow Legionnaire that he's about to die?
Why would you want to tell him that, Pakandra?
Because he needs to know so he can try and find a way to not die.
But we don't know he's going to die. What makes you think he's going to die?
He's a Hollow Legionnaire and they're all dying, isn't it? There's this mysterious illness.
Yeah, but maybe it's, I don't know. Do we know it's a curse, or we don't know anything about it yet? That's the thing.
No, but that's the point. If we tell him, he can help us find out because it's in his best interest, isn't it?
Well, it's in all their interest, isn't it? I don't know. Let's get to this Ravana, maybe.
Okay.
He seems to be under her command, so.
Okay, it's just that you look like you were really, telling me to shut up. I don't understand why.
No, Pakandra, I wouldn't never.
You would, because you were doing.
I'm just. Look, it's a conversation we haven't had, but it's probably best not to mention the hands to everybody.
Isn't that normal? I mean, I asked the paladin, and he said that it was okay.
Yeah, well, look, the sort of magic we're looking for to bring our friends back is a gift of the gods, and while the gods are still fairly active.
So we can go talk to them. It's fine.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they don't just grant that sort of magic to everybody. I'm just trying
nice.
Just trying to, not build your expectations up too much.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like the paladin. Can I go and hug him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just ask first, yeah.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Okay. So I go to the paladin and I just do. Can I? And without him saying yes or no, I just go and hug him.
I'll take it. So where are we going?
Yes, but tomorrow we have to sleep first.
I thought this was the morning.
This morning, isn't it?
Oh, it's the red morning. Oh, I haven't slept enough. I haven't slept enough myself. I'm just going to go back to sleep and we can go wherever you like while I sleep.
Well, I tell you what, I want. It feels that this is a matter of urgency, and I want to get to where we're supposed to be going as quickly and expediently as possible. So
Okay.
if we're going to nap, do it on the cart, and we'll get there.
Okay, let's go. Fine. I don't have a problem. I don't mind. Whatever. Let's go.
I saw that on the ground from where.
Are you coming with us, fish person?
Where did Fish Face go, by the way?
Pardon?
He's not here. I can't see him.
Oh.
There is the sound of something heavy impacting wood, followed by a ah! And Mahalos strides back towards her, going, I've made an executive decision that this conversation would be best pursued with the captain of this fine legionnaire fellow person. And as they get closer, you can see that there's like a slightly darker patch around where their forehead is, as if they've hit their head against a tree trunk because it was less painful than these conversations.
Okay, so you're coming with us.
Of course, I wouldn't deprive you of my leadership onwards.
Good, excellent. We may become friends because we have so much in common.
Break camp!
It doesn't take you long at all to tether the donkey back up. Put your provisions back onto the cart. Jodokis, you're always welcome to nap on the back of the cart if you like to, Picandra. You don't feel like you have to walk the whole way if you're still tired. Picandra?
Well, more than tired, I just want to, sleep because it has been a long few days and I just don't mind where we're going at the moment. We have a mission and I just want to take Jidoki where we're going and find somebody who can resurrect my friends. So I just go with whatever. I just want to go to sleep.
You actually travel for a few uneventful days through the Ganges, and you're, as much as this is an elven territory, and they patrol it, you all feel quite glad that you reach. The trees start to thin, and you feel like you've reached the edge of the Ganges. You have a sense of one or two elves seeing you depart under the eaves of the forest. And you enter a rather broad, temperate plain with rolling hills. And as soon as you leave the Ganges, really, the trees and foliage behind you, so it almost seems to close up, so the trade route's lost immediately, unless you knew what you're looking for. Drodoki turns the cart towards the east and skirts the Ganges for a bit, and then heads south and picks up a small trail. He says, "We're now entering the broad reach, so soon we shall be arriving at the Horse Clan village." The elves of the broad reach give themselves the kind of title of the Beast Clans. And all the clans that make up the Beast Clans name themselves after a certain type of beast. So the Horse Clan that we're visiting are kind of like the nominal leaders of the Beast Clans. So it will be a good place to rest up before we head on to my home. And Tyrion pipes in and says, yeah, and also Ravana's there as well, so we'll be able to deliver the news.
Fantastic.
I have to say, I like this terrain better. Much better line of sight.
Yeah. It's still kind of early summer into midsummer as well, so it's nice and warm. Barely a cloud in the sky. You find it rather uncomfortable out of water in this much heat, Mahalas, without being able to take the occasional dip.
It's so uninspired. More rolling hills. Oh, what's that on the floor? It's more dirt. Oh, how original. Oh, look, there's another tree.
You have the swaying grasslands, which could be considered a sea of sorts.
Oh, it's tall grass, or it's also known as short tree. Great.
You see herds of game out on the plains and amongst the hills as well. Hear the occasional roar of a beast. And towards mid-afternoon, you approach a kind of Drodoki brings you to the south and then hooks you around back up towards the north, and you actually approach a rather large forested copse. And the first thing that strikes you is the neat rows of tents that you can see at the base of the hill that's leading up into this copse of trees.
Well, it's not what you call civilization. I suppose that's where we're going to, is it, Bronzebeard?
Not the tents, no, we're going into the trees. I'd imagine the tents are you all doing, are they, Tyrion? And he said, like, yeah, my people was at least. You can see the flag flying there. That's the icon of the gleaming spire.
Hmm.
And you can see there are 5 neat rows of tents with a larger pavilion pitched amongst it. It all looks rather neat, orderly, and militaristic.
I pick up speed. Where I want to be.
Anybody else do anything?
I'm picking up bits of grass or weird bits of foliage. Seriously weighing up kind of, what happens if I chewed on this and then pocketing it for later?
There's a particularly nasty jolt, Picandra, which bounces you and wakes you up.
What?
Ah, you're awake then.
Where are we?
Well, we're at the Horse Clan village, almost, but there is a Legionnaire encampment here, so...
Oh, okay, hello. Legionnaires, are they dying?
Pass?
Okay, I go to the Legionnaires and say, oh, hello, Legionnaires, how are you all? How are you feeling?
Do they just have a fascination with death since their friends died? Drodoki's like, I think, yeah, there's a bit of a connection there.
Are they all like that? Is it a land cat thing?
Seems very morbid.
No, they're actually very very friendly and excitable. Yeah, it's just it seemed to become a morbid association with death in amongst all that. Although it's a jovial morbid association, it's rather bizarre.
Yes.
I go to that. Hello, Legionnaires, how are you?
So actually, as you're approaching, 2 Legionnaires ride forward on huge war horses that are barded. They're not carrying lances; they're just riding through in, and these are wearing plate armor, which gleams in the sunlight, rather more ostentatious than Nevin's. They ride up, and they're about to halt you when they spot Tyrion in the background, and they're kind of, hail and well met.
Howdy.
Greetings.
How are you?
Welcome to encampment of Legionnaire Ravana. Our captain. We're forming part of the 8th cohort as an expedition from the Spire.
To do what?
Well, we're here to bring some security to the area and stability, offer our aid to the people here and about, and open diplomatic discussions with people that live here. Who are you?
Okay.
I see you
I'm
travel with one of
Picandra.
our... Picandra.
Yeah.
I see you travel with one of our people.
With 2 actually, but one of them died. It was very sad. It was my friend. Bevan. You may know him because he was going with Biff, who was a serpent person. She was lovely. I miss her very much.
I know of no Nevin or a serpent person.
Oh, I'll tell you all about them. Don't worry.
But if Tyrion will vouch for you, you're welcome in the 8th cohort's encampment.
I think he'll vouch for me. He's nice. He has a great sense of humor.
That remains to be seen.
I can see what you do there. Look, anyway, never mind. This is my friend, Captain Fish, and this is my other friend, Uptight Paladin.
I'm Gravlith Gaul of the Silver Order.
I'm called Grafleth.
And
Well
I don't
met to
think
you all.
Nice.
And much respect yourself, Graflith Gaul of the Silver Order.
Thank you, sir.
And Captain Fish of the Fish People.
Captain Mahalas of the There and Back Again. Praise Corian and the golden light that he walks in.
It's called Fish.
And Tyrion's. We need to get into the encampment and meet Ravana. These good people have disturbing news.
Yeah, you're all dying.
They've for an instant you see a frown upon their normally.
So it would now be a bad question to ask where the tavern tent is.
The stony-faced paladin turns his head.
They rather seriously look at you. There is no tavern in our encampment, Mahalas.
Waterton.
If you wish a drink, then you must visit the Horse Clan village.
Ah, fantastic. And that is...
And they point along the trail into the copse yonder.
Fantastic. Well, have fun with that. I'll meet you all back in the village. I've got to go and mourn my first mate.
I'm afraid if there's news for Ravana, I would prefer to keep the group together.
Oops.
There's definitely like a kick over the dirt and then a turn around. Of course! I would be delighted.
And I don't feel that the Horse Clan elves would welcome you too openly without a diplomatic overture from ourselves.
Fantastic. Always making friends.
That's what we're here for.
Brilliant.
He gives you a very brief kind of grin that almost passes a grimace.
I offer Fish Face my full water skin. I give him the water.
So they escort you into the open, neat orderly lines of tents towards the pavilion. Dismount, hand the reins over to a couple of other legionnaires, and they announce your arrival into the pavilion. And then kind of gesture for you to enter.
Hello. I'm Pacandra. These are my friends.
Captain Mahalas of There and Back Again and Gravleth of the Silver Order at your service. Hello.
Hey, don't forget me, laddie.
I'm sorry?
Jodoki.
And
Sudoku.
a man of your candor, Judoki, I thought you would love to introduce yourself.
Dwarf, not a man.
A dwarf of your stature?
Yeah, there you go. Are you being
Mention
funny?
stature.
Am I?
I'm quite tall for my species,
I hadn't noticed.
Rude.
You stand so high in my estimations.
Well recovered, laddie, well recovered.
The bin's moving up and down again.
Tyrion kind of steps in front of you. Yeah, before we get into this too far, they've all made their introductions, but there is grave news, Ravana. They say there's some sort of illness or...
They is a strong word.
But as Tyrion's saying they, he's definitely pointing at Pacandra.
Hi, General. Hello. Nice meeting you.
I like to think Pacandra is over to the side of the group as like there's a point and there's this distinct kind of like slow shift of people away from her.
So you can see in this pavilion, it's a again, a nice orderly pavilion. There are couches placed out. There's a table with some maps unrolled and counterweights and other parts helping the maps stay unrolled. There's a mannequin in one corner with a gleaming ornate set of plate mail on it. But Ravana herself is actually dressed in a kind of aesthetic robe, almost Roman-like and toga shaped. And she has long, gleaming silver hair, and obviously the kind of blue, ethereal essence of the Hollow Legionnaires. She's kind of sat with one leg on the desk. There's a long sword displayed across the desk beside her, and she just seems to wait patiently. She's not said anything yet.
So I just look at her and say, so do you want to ask me something, or are you just going to stay there like that? Which is very unseemly. Do you always sit like that? Your back is going to hurt.
I didn't really expect visitors at this time of day, so I just grabbed the nearest seat that came to hand. I believe you were going to tell me something about an illness that's affecting...
Yes. You see, I met Bevan and Biv at my town's party, and we immediately got along because Biv was absolutely adorable and was collecting things in a jar, and Bevan was really funny and pretended to be serious all the time. So anyway, it so happened that we found out that there were an awful lot of Hollow Legionnaires, such as yourself, dying of some sort of illness that was happening. And I didn't want you to die because overall, I think you're actually pretty cool. And I think the fact that you die, but you kind of defeat death and then come back and then don't want to die again because you have very cool armors is very nice, even though you don't eat. And at some point, I've been told that you don't poop either. But that's okay. I don't judge you for that. So anyway, I don't want you to die because I think you're okay. So we're trying to find out what's going on, and we were going to see the elves so they could explain to us, or at least tell us a little bit as to where to go. But then we were also going to take my friend Sudoku to his home because that's the last time he's going to go there. But we found some zombies, and then the zombies killed everybody, and that was very sad. So I miss my friends very much, and I want to bring them back to life and resurrect them. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to resurrect my friend Bevan. Biv, yes, but I don't know if I can resurrect Bevan. So that's what's happened. That's why we're here. And I don't want you to die.
So Nevin and Vivin have perished.
You knew them?
Yes, I knew them very well. Nevin, I myself joined the Gleaming Spire together. Just that my path took me along with cavalry, and I rose through the ranks rather swiftly. While
So
Nevin was given the sacred duty of entrusting to the care of Vivin.
Yeah, but I mean, you were not his girlfriend or something, right?
I was not his girlfriend, no.
Okay, fine. I just want to know how much you're suffering because of his death. I'm suffering a lot.
She slams her fist into the table really loudly. More of our people lost. It's more important than ever than we hold a summit with the Horse Clan villagers and the Beast Clans. We came here for help, but we seem to be dying in droves.
I don't want that to happen. I want you to stay alive.
I would say thank you for bringing me the news, but it's rather traumatic, to be honest.
I know, because I saw him die. I saw what happened with his armor and his body when he dies. And I couldn't save him, and I couldn't save his armor or anything. I don't have anything but memories to remember him. And that is very sad.
She actually steps up and comes and places her hands on your shoulders.
And I just hug him and cry.
She stiffens.
I thought she might.
death is not always the end. We are called to the embrace of our gods, and Nevin will certainly be back in Corian's embrace. Whether it's possible for him to rejoin at some point as a Hollow Legionnaire or as one of the living remains to be seen. Vivian's
Will I
death.
see him again?
You'll certainly hear from him again.
That's very good.
Vivian's path was ordained. Her loss is a great blow.
But I'm going to resurrect her.
Well, we shall see if the gods have that in store for her.
I will become a god if need be, so I can bring her back.
She smiles. Perhaps there is a touch of Inkili in your.
As he says that, I shift uncomfortably.
Perhaps there's a touch of Inkili in your ancestry somewhere.
I don't know, but you know, she was my friend, and
Challenging
if
the gods
going,
would be as bad as the well, not as bad, but as epic a journey as the gods challenging the Titans.
I don't want to challenge the gods. I just want my friend back, and if becoming a god is what it takes to bring her back, then that's what I will do, because she's worth that. She deserves that.
Well, I have to be honest with you. The gods were birthed by the Titans. I'm not sure if it's possible for a mortal to become a god.
Well, I hope I don't have to, because it sounds very difficult.
But in the more immediate, you mentioned summits and villages and ongoing needs for help. So maybe we could help. Maybe we could go to the horse clan village and do something. Or also, hi, I'm over here. I'm not over there. Hi.
Maybe you could dial down on the divinity as well.
I think you have offended Gravlith's beliefs.
For me?
Yeah.
Uncle Grafleth, are you right? Have I upset
just-
you?
It's sensible. Just
What do you mean?
gods, becoming gods.
But it's my
I
friend
understand
Biff.
your mission. I understand your pain. I feel it myself for other reasons. But I would not truck with profaning divinity at any point.
I think what Gravlith is saying is the gods are divine beings, and it is our service to them that provides us comfort. Wishing to become divine could be perceived as a challenge to many beliefs.
But I don't want to become divine. I said if I have to, then I will go the lengths necessary so I can bring my friend back. I think that's a pretty noble thing to say. Why are you all complaining? I mean, you are really uptight. Can you see I'm suffering here?
To evil, it is a fool's errand to be so obsessed. Have you ever considered the fact that they might not want to be brought back because they are in a better place?
Maybe I can ask them first.
They want to come back to a scarred land, to a place that's constantly at war, which is covered with Titan.
Just remember, Gravlith, our legionnaires have been brought back to perform a service for the gods, or a particular god.
See? It can be good. It can be a good thing.
But were you given the option to do so?
I do not recall, to be honest, but I wouldn't imagine Corian would force me into this shell without first having made the request.
Ha.
Like I said, they have no option. I would just be careful about being so obsessive about bringing people back because of your loss, not theirs. I've said my piece. I will say no more.
Maybe if they were your friends, you would think differently.
I'll say no more.
You know, it doesn't matter what you think right now. I still love you very much because you're now my friend. And I will listen to you. And I don't want to do anything that's going to upset you. So I'm just going to find another way to bring my friends back so I don't have to upset you by becoming a god myself.
Kendra, it does not upset me. I'm concerned for you.
Oh, and I just hold you again and cry.
So consumed about bringing the lost back that in case this will cause you to indeed become lost to yourself, I think it's better to just let them go and remember them for who they were and what they were to you, and use that strength and that courage and learn from them and your experience with them, and try to bring them back into the world they possibly don't want to come into.
I'm going to think about that. But you're
So-
my friend now.
I give him the stony pat on the shoulder for this.
You've travelled a long road. I'd suggest you find lodgings in the Horse Clan village. I'm going to be approaching them within a day or two to ask for a summit. I need... Something is plaguing the Legionnaires. We've lost and had no news from numerous troops that I've sent out on various missions and quests. And as much as we're here to help the Beast Clans, it's got to the point that I need to ask them for help. If you are friends of the Gleaming Spire, as you say you were, having travelled with Nevin and his ward, then that request at the summit will also be aimed in your direction.
As she's saying that, I go toward Captain Incredulous, and I just go to him and say, "Ha!" and turn around. I was right. I look at the captain and the general and say, "My friends and I will help you in whatever we can because we don't want you to die. Do we, guys?"
There's a bit of a lag on the unmute there, Terry. Sorry, you missed what you said.
I said no, not if it's necessary.
See?
Marla's just keeping quiet in the corner.
Just internally, you mean the thing that we were asking about 10 minutes ago? 10 minutes and 2 heresies ago. And just...
Like I say, I can't thank you for the news. It's grave news indeed. But take up lodgings in the Wayfarer's Inn. Explain that you're here for the summit. I'll be requesting the summit within a day or two. Take some rest. Meet the elves. Explore the village. And get to know the people.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. We will take our leave and find lodging at the Wayfarer Inn. Thank you so much. And immediately exits the tent like it's on fire.
And that, I think, being 10 o'clock, is where we will leave the stream. Thank you for joining me tonight on the stream, folks. As always, it's a pleasure GMing for you. Some interesting group dynamics forming in the wake of new party members. But yeah.
You miss Nevin, yeah? Do you miss him?
I miss both if I have to be.
it's like we said off stream. You know, it was lovely characters, and really, yeah, I do, as much as I miss them, it's great to have these new and interesting characters also. So we'll be back next week. I'm Mark. You can find me on Twitter at KPLangers. We're part of the Red Scar team. We're also on Twitter as at Red Scar Gaming. Be back this time next week to pick things up. Just pass over to everybody else to say goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.